Just no words. Parents who'll never see their children again. At least 13 school children were killed in a scholar transport crash this morning. We'll tell you what happened. Also today, fallout from controversial BRICS naval drills off Simonstown. And a case that just drags on. Will the Senzo Meyiwa trial ever bring justice? All while leaders gather in Davos for the World Economic Forum, with allegiances shifting and international law under strain. Hello, I'm Jane Dutton.
EWN, in touch, in tune, and independent.
The taxi driver was reportedly overtaking into oncoming traffic while transporting school children in Vanderbijl Park when the tragedy happened. Police have now opened a case of culpable homicide.
Now, it's understood that the taxi, which is a Quantum, was overloaded with around about 17 learners and the 18th person being the driver. Now, so far, we know that 13 children have died, one in hospital, and the latest discovery just underneath that said minibus taxi. Now, police say they have opened a case of culpable homicide and investigations are ongoing. The truck that bumped into the minibus had a dash cam, so it's understood that evidence will be taken from everywhere, including some of the wreckage. We have sniffer dogs that are out on this particular scene. We've got major police presence, still have onlookers.
Both the minibus driver and the driver of the truck are under investigation.
As more small lifeless bodies are carefully removed from the crushed minibus, parents look on in disbelief, their faces marked by anguish, anger and hopelessness, clinging to the slimmest possibility that their child may have survived, or at the very least, for one final moment to say goodbye. Police confirmed that both the driver of the truck and the minibus survived the crash, with investigations now underway to determine exactly what led to this devastating loss of life. Mungi Zikoko, Eyewitness News, Vanderbijl Park.
Now you've got to wonder why children are being driven to school in vehicles described as coffins in many parts of the country. The South African Human Rights Commission has found serious failures in the Northwest Scholar Transport Programme. Multiple departments, including transport, education and community safety, have failed to do their jobs.
Unroadworthy and unsafe vehicles, some of which have been described by affected communities and stakeholders as coffins due to severe mechanical defects, expired license discs, fuel leaks, and absence of basic safety features. 3. Chronic overloading of vehicles, often far exceeding approved passenger capacity, significantly increasing the risk of accidents and injuries.
The death toll from flooding in Limpopo has risen to 18 as search and rescue operations continue. At least 5 people remain missing, including 2 teenage boys aged 15 and 17. They were swept away by the overflowing Salati River in Mashi-Shimali village outside Bapalabora late yesterday.
Mpumalanga Premier Mandla Ndlovu says talks are underway to find the best solutions.
We met as government and we decided that we are going to come with interim measures to ensure that the roads and the bridges that have been washed away, that we have to repair those roads temporarily so that people will have access to facilities, want our children to go to school.
In a powerful moment caught on camera at the Kruger National Park, an elephant was filmed pushing her struggling calf up a riverbank as floodwaters surged through what is usually a dry riverbed. The video, filmed by safari guide Ian Shoebottom, shows the calf nearly being swept away before its mother uses her full weight and strength to force it to safety. The footage comes as Sandparks begins a limited reopening of the park for day visitors. The judge in the Senzo Meyiwa murder trial has ruled that the state may cross-examine a key defense witness on a statement implicating one of the accused. The trial resumed today, with the defense continuing its case nearly 12 years after the Bafana Bafana captain was shot dead at the home of his girlfriend, singer Kelly Khumalo. 5 men are on trial for the murder. The ruling centres on Sifiso Zungu, a defence witness who has denied a statement he previously signed, one that implicates accused Bongani Ntanzi. Zungu has also rejected testimony from state witness Constable Sizwe Zungu, his relative, who told the court the accused gathered at a hostel room shortly before the shooting and returned moments later. The defence objected to cross-examination on the disputed statement, but the judge has now allowed it. Power, money, and risk collided today as global leaders arrived in Davos. The World Economic Forum opens with global alliances shifting and economic certainty still out of reach. The Swiss resort becomes a meeting ground for presidents, financiers, and CEOs, all trying to read what comes next. The global outlook has improved slightly heading into 2026, but confidence remains fragile and caution is still the dominant currency. So why are fire incidents increasing in Cape Town? The city says new figures show a year-on-year rise in both vegetation and residential fires over the past 8 weeks. Overall, fire incidents are up between 5 and 16%. Formal residential fires recorded the biggest jump, increasing by just over 16%.
The higher temperatures over the period in review are a factor, but over the past few summers, the southeaster has also extended its stay, which not only fans flames where fires do occur, but also bedevils firefighting efforts.
Political pressures mounting on Defence Minister Angie Motshekga over Iran's participation in naval drills off Simonstown. The DA wants a parliamentary debate. Action SA is calling for an urgent probe. Motshekga has ordered a board of inquiry, but opposition parties say it lacks independence. At the centre of the dispute is Navy Chief Vice Admiral Monde Lobese, accused of ignoring an instruction from President Ramaphosa to exclude Iran from the exercises.
Shifting stories and senior officers openly praising Iran's participation. That is not confusion, it is insubordination.
Prince Harry arrived at London's High Court for a 9-week trial against Associated Newspapers, publisher of the Daily Mail and Mail on Sunday. It's the last unresolved case in the royals' long legal battle with the British press. Harry is due to testify on Thursday. He says holding the media to account is a personal mission following the death of his mother, Princess Diana. He is suing alongside 6 other high-profile claimants, including Elton John, David Furnish, Elizabeth Hurley, and Sadie Frost. The group accuses the publisher of unlawful information gathering, including phone hacking, hiring private investigators, and impersonation. Associated Newspapers denies those claims. We'll see you again tomorrow.
EWN, in touch, in tune, and independent.